Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so following the question of Subha to the Buddha, what is the cause some beings are poor? What is the cause some beings are rich? So in our Buddha's dispensation, the most richest person was Venerable Sivali. So the Buddha gave explanation to Subha. One is an offerer. He does not have macharya in his mind. Whatever things he possesses, he can offer easily. Be it food, shelter, clothes, even road. You know, if you make road, is like yana dana. We call it yana dana, offering a vehicle. Similarly, if you offer slipper, is called yana dana, offering a vehicle. So if you can offer helicopter, if you can offer slipper, is similar. Yana dana. So what does yana, what does a vehicle do? What is the purpose of vehicle? So the purpose of vehicle is, okay, you have to go to Kathmandu. If I tell you, you go walking, how will you feel? Not happy. But if I say, oh, I offer you helicopter, you go, how will you feel now? Very happy, right? So the difference is vehicle. So whenever we are traveling, to go from point A to point B, it makes our travel very easy. It makes the travel very smooth. So when we offer vehicle, be it helicopter, be it a car, or even slipper, what does it do? Is it gives us great merit to reach our destination. So what is our destination in samsara? Nibbana. Nibbana is our destination, and samsara is like traveling. We travel from one life to another, one life to another, one life to another, right? So when we are traveling in this way, what does dana do? Is it helps us live, like travel comfortably. That's why the Buddha said, Danang sagga sasopanang danang patheya muttamang danang sukha manvetang danang mokha padang varang. In this way, the Buddha have teach us regarding dana. Danang saggasya sopana. Sopana is like a ladder, you know, to climb up. It's like a ladder going up. So saggasya sopana. So what does dana do? If you do dana, it's like you are building a ladder to go up to Devaram. So there are 6 Devaram. Whichever Devaram you wish, you do dana, wishing for that Devaram, you will reach to that Devaram. Then danang patheya muttamam. Patheya muttamam. So what is patheya? Patheya means path, you know, like a traveler who is going on a journey. So when we are going on a journey, what happens? Similar, we have to, okay, we want to go Kathmandu. Let us give example of Bhante Atthadassi here. So he came from Pokhara to our monastery. So he was traveling, right? So when he's traveling, he have to arrange from Pokhara, I have to go this way to Kathmandu. And Kathmandu, I have to stay in this monastery. Then after early morning, after breakfast, have to go to the bus station, take the bus, then have to eat lunch over here. He have to arrange everything. Then finally he can arrive to this monastery, right? In the destination. Similarly, okay, patheyam uttamam. So for beings who are traveling from one life to another, searching for happiness, searching for nibbana. What does dana do? Every life you will receive. Similarly, when you arrange for travel, I stay here, I eat this, so it is not dukkha. You don't have to experience any dukkha. You have sukha. Similarly, if you have dana with you, until you reach nibbana, life after life, you will have place to stay. You will have something to eat. You will have clothes to wear. You will experience sukha. So that is what dana do. Until what? Danang mokha padang varam. Until you padang varam, mokha. Mokha means here nibbana, no? So padang means the feet. Until you arrive to the feet of enlightenment, it will take you until the feet, but it will never let you. It cannot take you up to enlightenment. It can only take you to the foot of enlightenment. Why? For you to have enlightenment, you need to practice meditation. Only by dana, no one can attain nibbana. So dana can be very strong supporting cause. It can be upanisaya pachayo for nibbana. But it cannot be hetu pachayo for nibbana. Cannot be direct cause for nibbana. It can be supporting cause for nibbana. So Venerable Sivali, what did he do? You know, in his past, there was one Bhante named Venerable Sudassana. You know, Bhante Sudassana. So Bhante Sudassana was also very rich bhikkhu in the time of Padumuttara Buddha. So he was the chief in receiving donation during Padumuttara Buddha's time. So this Venerable Sivali, he was born as a rich person in Padumuttara Buddha's time. When he saw Bhante Sudassana, he had a lot of saddha for this Bhante. So out of saddha, he wants to become like him. He wants to practice like him. So what did he do? For 7 days, he offered Padumuttara Buddha together with 100,000 Arahantas. He offered lunch. He offered resting place for 7 days continuously. After that, after 7th day, what did he wish? He went to Padumuttara Buddha. He said, Bhante, these 7 days without letting any akusala enter my mind. No, 7 days without letting any akusala enter in my mind, I serve the Sangha continuously. I offer the Sangha continuously. All this merit, all this punya, I did not do to become rich. I did not do to become king. I do not wish any Deva life. I do not wish any life except I want to be like Bhante Sudassana in a future Buddha time. So he don't want anything else. All his punya, he wants to become like Bhante Sudassana in the future Buddha time. So here also we can understand. At that time, human lifespan was long. So people will have sila. Naturally, all the people are silavanta. They have good sila. Then he also understood the benefit of dana. He was rich and he did mahadana for 7 days continuously. The receiving person also, the Buddha and Arahanta Sangha. then he also believed this merit will give result in the future. He have kamma and kamma knowledge. So when all these factors are fulfilled, whatever we wish will become true. So for him also, all these factors were present. So whatever he wished became true. Then after that, he passed away. But he also practiced meditation under Padumuttara Buddha, practiced up to Sankarupekha Jnana. And also he studied Pariyatti, studied the commentaries, studied many things in Pali, asked many questions regarding the Dhamma during that life. So this was his parami. So Vijja and Charana. He fulfilled both paramis. After that, he passed away. He went to the Deva realm, enjoy Deva pleasure naturally. Although we do not wish for these things, it will happen. If you study Lady Seado's book, Parami Dipani. So in the Parami Dipani, it is the work of Venerable Lady Seado in his, I think, 9th Vasa or 7th Vasa. So he was quite junior bhikkhu at the time, but his wisdom very great. If you read that book, you will understand. Although such small Vasa, maybe 7 or 9 Vasa, Bhante can write such excellent Dhamma. So at that time in his monastery, there were 1,000 bhikkhus, or I think 1,000 or 700 bhikkhus in Myanmar. So their teacher asked 20 questions regarding Kamma and Kamma result. 20 questions. So one of the question was, there is some person who give dana, okay? So when someone give dana, so the first person wish, may because of this dana, I can be reborn as a deva. Or may because of this dana, I can be reborn as a human. So he wished in this way. Second person, he wished, because of this dana, until I attain Nibbana, may I never suffer anything. Until I attain Nibbana, may I always have good life. So he wished for good life, sensual pleasure together with Nibbana. Second person. The third person asks, I don't want anything else. I only want Nibbana. Idam me danam Nibbanasa pachayo hotu. So the third person asks question in this way. Now the fourth person, he did not wish anything. He think wishing is lobha. And we should not wish. So he did not wish anything. So 4 person doing the same kamma, right? They do the same kamma of dana, but have 4 mind, 4 different minds. So this is one of the question the teacher asks. So Venerable Lady Sayadaw explained in great detail. So what is the question? These 4 people, whose dana is the best? Out of these 4 person, whose dana is the best? And why? What is the reason? What is the difference? What is the difference between all these dana? What will happen in the future and whose dana is the best? So there are 20 questions, okay, in that book. If you read Paramidipani, 20 questions, all the questions, very deep questions. And if you read, you will understand about Parami. If you read, you will understand about Kamma and Kamma result in detail. So maybe I will not go too much about these things, but just for your information. So what is the answer? Is the highest, I will not go into detail, okay? If you want to know detail, you read that book, but only generally. The highest, the best dana is the one who only wish for Nibbana. Why? Okay, because the second person, he also wish for Nibbana together with Deva pleasure, together with human pleasure. The third one only wish for Nibbana. So what is the case here? The Lady Sayadaw give very good example of 2 brothers, There were 2 brothers in Vipassi Buddha time. So one just wish for Nibbana, one wish for sensual pleasure together with Nibbana. So the brother who only wished for Nibbana attained Arahanta in Kassapa Buddha time. But the other brother who wished together with sensual pleasure, he attained Nibbana in Gautama Buddha's time. So he had thousands and thousands of more life. He had to grow old. He had to die many, many times. So he had that suffering. Although he was reborn as a human and Deva, but he still had to die. That is dukkha, right? Not only one life, two life. From Kassapa Buddha until Gautama Buddha, millions of life he had to die just because of one small difference in the wish. That is why. Then another reason Sayadaw explains is, if you only wish for Nibbana, what will happen? Because you do dana, Deva pleasure and human pleasure come automatically, You don't have to wish for it. It is like byproduct. It will become naturally. If someone do dana, they will receive good things naturally, They don't have to wish for good things to come. That is the nature of dana. So if we only wish for Nibbana, those things will come naturally. And we will also attain Nibbana in the shortest time. That is why it is the best. Okay. So Bhante Sivali also wished for nothing else. He also wanted to become someone like him. So when Padumuttara Buddha saw the future, then he gave prophecy. After one asankhya and after 100,000 kappa, there will be a time where 5 Buddhas will appear in the world. And out of these 5 Buddha, the 4th one will be named as Gautama. And under his teaching, you will become the great disciple who is worthy of great offerings, receiving great offerings. Then, after that, what happened? Another Buddha arise. So after Padumuttara Buddha, who is the next Buddha? Sumedha. After Sumedha, okay, maybe we should go again. We chant all the Buddha's name again. Tanankaro Mahaviro Medankaro Mahayaso Saranankaro Lokahito Dipankaro Jutindaro Kondanyo Janapamoko Mangalo Purisa Savo Sumano Dhiro Revato Rati Vatano Sobito Gunasampanno Anamadasi Janutamo Padumo Lokapajoto Narado Varasarathi Padumuttaro Sattasaro Sumedho Agapukalo Sujato Sabbaloka Gopiyadasi Narasabho Atthadassi Karuniko. Okay. Atthadassi Karuniko. Atthadassi Buddha, the one who have a lot of compassion. No, Atthadassi Karuniko. So in Atthadassi Buddha time, he was again reborn as a king. His name was Varuna. Okay. He have a lot of faith towards Atthadassi Buddha. Then after Buddha's parinibbana, what did King Varuna do? He went to the Bodhi tree of the Buddha, and he made a great offering to the Bodhi tree. Then his old life, he took care of the Bodhi tree, where the Buddha, Atthadassi Buddha's Bodhi tree. He cleaned the Bodhi tree every day, light candles in the Bodhi tree, pay homage to the Bodhi tree, and in his last life, he died under the same Bodhi tree. So this king passed away under the Bodhi tree. After that, time passed, he went to Nimmanarati Deva. After passing away from there, then 34 lives, he became king. Why? Because of his great dana in Padumuttara Buddha's time and Atthadassi Buddha's time. You know who are the richest person in the world? King and queen. They are the richest person, right? So he became 34 lives. He was a king, very rich. Then after that, Vipassi Buddha time. He was again born. And in Vipassi Buddha time, what did he do? You know, there is a dana called Asadissa dana. Have you heard of this dana? Asadissa dana is the incomparable dana. Only in one Buddha time, only one devotee can do this kind of dana. You know, in our Buddha time, Queen Mallika and King Pasenadi, they did this dana, Asadissa dana. So it is a dana where people of the country have competition with the king and the queen. They have competition who can offer greatly to the Buddha. So all the country people one side, king and queen on the another side. King and queen very rich, right? They can win. So in our Buddha's time also, Queen Mallika and King Pasenadi, they were the one who did this dana, Asadissa dana, incomparable dana. One Buddha time, only one people will do. So how did King Pasenadi do? He invited Buddha together with 1,000 bhikkhu. All 1,000 bhikkhu had their own elephant, you know. All bhikkhu had their own elephant. All bhikkhu had their own, like princes and ministers as kapiya beside them while going. No villagers can arrange like that. Only the king can arrange. But there was one problem. Because he had invited 1,000 bhikkhus, but they had to find 1,000 elephant which were trained, right? If wild elephant, what happened? If the elephant attack the arahantas or attack bhikkhu is not good. So all the elephants should be trained. No? So the king asked throughout the country for 1,000 elephant. But they can only arrange 999 elephant. So one elephant they could not provide. Then the minister said, King, we have 999 elephant, very good behavior. They will not do anything to the bhikkhus. If we say sit, they sit. If we say walk, they walk. If we say stand up, they stand up. But there is only one elephant we cannot find. And we have to bring wild elephant. So they catch elephant in the forest and they try to train. Before this dana, they want to train this elephant. But the elephant, very stubborn. He doesn't listen. So he is very aggressive. Now what should we do? Then, then Queen Mallika, very wise. She's very wise. Then she said, so out of these 1,000 bhikkhus, who are the Bhantes? Please list out. Then she read the names. Then he say, okay, don't worry about this elephant. Although you cannot give training to this elephant, no need to worry. Why? Because Bhante Angulimala also in the group. We should give this elephant to Bhante Angulimala. Bhante Angulimala, his reputation, so great, even elephant is scared of him. Even elephant cannot do anything to him because before Bhikkhu he is very famous, right? Everybody is afraid of him. So this elephant goes to Bhante Angulimala. Then when he sees Bhante Angulimala, he is like trained elephant. He behaved very nicely. Yes. So yeah, Asadissa dana, no? So at that time, in Vipassi Buddha time also, the king, who will be Sivali in the future, he also have competition with the villagers, with the common people to offer to the Buddha. So this king also, but this time he did not do competition like Pasenadi. He arranged everything for the villagers to give this dana together with them. He shared his dana. So he arranged many like honey, ghee, butter, all this kind of highly energy giving food, and they offer continuously to many bhikkhus in Vipassi Buddha time. So that also was another very strong kusala Bhante Sivali did. Then in his last life in our Buddha's time, what happened? He was conceived in the womb of his mother. 7 months pass, 9 months pass, 10 months pass. He cannot be reborn. He cannot born. 1 year still in the mother's womb. 2 years still inside. 3 years still inside. 4, 5, 6, 7 years still inside. After 7 years, the water break. Then, after the water break, her mother went to labor. So in the labor time, usually for normal woman, maybe few hours, they have to go in labor. Then they give delivery to the baby. But for Bhante Sivali's mother, 7 days she has labor. But Bhante Sivali, she cannot give birth to Bhante Sivali. 7 days, after 7 days of labor, a lot of pain, she thinks she is going to die. Then what did she do? She told her husband, please go to the Buddha and please wish for my well-being. After 7th day, her husband went to the Buddha, and Buddha, my wife is about to give birth, but she is in pain, 7 days of labor, please wish her well. Then the Buddha say, may your wife be well and happy. May your wife can deliver a healthy baby. As soon as the Buddha gave this word, Bhante Sivali was born. He was born as 7-year-old. Already he can walk, he can understand everything. But he was inside the womb for 7 years suffering. So when they saw the birth, Bhante Sariputta was there. So they want him to ordain. He also wants to ordain. He saw Bhante Sariputta, he wants to ordain. And Bhante Sariputta asks permission with family. They also agree. Then Bhante Sariputta ordained him. You know what happened? Just today is his birthday, no? After 7 years of suffering inside the mother's womb, today is his birthday. So Bhante Sariputta shaving his head. So he give teachings. Okay, you should contemplate the suffering you suffer for 7 years inside your mother's womb. That is your object for practicing. So he teach vipassana in this way, practicing of dukkha in his mother womb 7 years. Then he shave. When the first lock of hair fall down in the ground, he become Sotapanna. On his birthday, the second lock fall down, he become Sakadagami. The third lock fall down, he become Anagami. He ordained as an Anagami. He becomes Samanera as an Anagami. Bhante Sivali. Here we shave every week. Here we shave every week. Many hair fall down, but nothing happened. You know, when I shave, I always think, I'm also shaving. I also contemplate Kesa Loma. I also contemplate Asubha, but nothing happened. Because difference in parami. He had fulfilled parami for 100,000 kappa. So already samatha vipassana inside him. Just need a little bit of thinking only. They only need to think a little bit about nama rupa, about anicca, dukkha, anatta. Enough. Their wisdom can catch everything. They can understand the Four Noble Truths. But for us, even we have to study Patthana every day. Not easy to understand. Repeating, telling many stories, we forget. Read again, forget. Why? Because our wisdom is not yet mature. We are fulfilling parami. They also did like us, many lives. For them also was not easy to understand in the beginning, right? But life after life after life, they continued practicing, learning, reading the Dhamma. Then in the last life, just cutting hair, shaving, become anagami. Then again, they built one small kuti for this Samanera. His meditation object was still the same. Actually that we can say is like a Rupa Sataka Vipassana. It's called Rupa Sataka Vipassana. When you do Vipassana, you have to do. Since your mother's womb, you have to contemplate. So that is one way of Rupa Sataka Vipassana. So since your mother's womb, when your body is starting to grow, you can see all different kinds of Rupa, arising, perishing, no? So you have to contemplate on those dhammas as anicca, dukkha, anatta. So for him also, he practiced in that way. For 7 years of his body, all the Rupa, all the nama arising. Then shortly he became Arahanta. Then as an Arahanta also, wherever he went, people always want to offer him. Wherever he go, he receive many donations. But even that life, he don't keep with him. He receive, but he also offer. He receive, he offer. He always share to everybody. That is the quality of Bhante Sivali. We even have one parita, Sivali parita. So it is believed that if you chant this parita every day, you will also receive many donations. Now maybe from tomorrow, many kapiyas will search this parita and chant. Huh? Well, you should chant not with lobha. You should chant not with lobha, no? Yeah, but there is this parita, Sivali parita. So if you chant this parita, all your financial problem will disappear. That is the power of Sivali Mahatera. Until the end of this kappa, until this earth is destroyed, whoever chant that parita, they will have benefit. Because of his parami. He fulfilled paramis for such long time. I think they are very happy to hear this. To hear this. Okay, so if you want to know, if you chant parita and if you want the parita to work properly, there are some factors you should understand. Just chanting does not work, okay? So when you chant, you should recite properly. All the Pali words, you should recite properly. Then, second thing, you should also understand the meaning of those Pali sentences. What are you speaking? What are you chanting? You should also understand the meaning. Then the third thing is you should believe that it is the true words and this thing happened in before. You should have faith. You should have that belief that Sivali Bhante existed in the past. He have these qualities and this is truth, word of truth, Satcha. So that is Satcha Parami. This is the truthful words. Whatever I chanted in this parita are true. And you should also believe in the result. So if these factors are fulfilled, then okay, whatever you chant, your chanting will be fruitful. So after that, wherever he go, he also receive many donations. Why? Because of his parami. He fulfilled dana parami many life. Only for one thing, he want to become chief disciple of the Buddha, who is the chief in receiving donation. Etadagang ahang bhikkhave mama savakanang bhikkhunan mahalava yadidang Sivali, in this way. So he have a lot of gains. Bhante Sivali. That is his story. So now we should also understand why, although he fulfilled such great parami, why he had to suffer for 7 years in his mother's womb. So in the Jataka, I forgot the name of this Jataka. Agga, something like that, I forgot. So in the Jataka, the Bodhisattva is the king. And Bodhisattva have one son, okay? And he was the king of Varanasi. Then a king from Kosambi attacked Bodhisattva's country. From Kosambi, they attacked to Varanasi and they killed the Bodhisattva. They killed Bodhisattva and they took his wife. The king of Kosambi killed Bodhisattva, take the country, take his wife. But the son, he could run away from the pipeline, toilet pipelines or something, he ran away. Then when he become big, he have angry mind too. He killed my father and now he kidnapped my mother. I will take revenge. So when he become big, he became strong. He collect big army to attack back to this king. But when his mother listened to the news, she write a letter. You cannot win the war because this king is very strong, very powerful. You cannot win the war. So in order to win the war, you should make a blockage of the road so that nothing can come inside the country, nothing can go outside the country. You should barricade the country. In this way, she write a letter and give to her son. So what did he do? He cut off all the trading routes. So nothing can go in the country. They don't have, after some time, few years, they don't have anything to, for 7 years, he blocked in this way. So they cannot eat. So people inside starving, dying of hunger. They have sickness inside, but no medicine can come inside. So they are dying. In this way, this country become very weak. Then after 7 years, he attacked this country and win back his mother. So this was a kusala done by both. No? So the Bodhisattva is Bodhisattva. This Bhante Sivali is Bodhisattva's son at that time. And Bodhisattva's wife, the queen, is Sivali's mother. So this mother and son, they did this karma together. They did not allow anything to go in. They trapped, they trapped the king and together with all the people inside. For 7 years, they trapped him. So when he was reborn in his last life, this akusala become upapilaka karma. So the mother also have to suffer. She also have the same karma, right? Both of them did the karma together, jointly. So the mother is pregnant, he is inside. Both have to suffer for 7 years because of this one unwholesome karma. Besides that, Bhante Sivali did not experience unwholesome. Now, wherever he went, he always have many gains. So even in Myanmar, when you see a Bhante catching a ball, statue, that usually is representing Bhante Sivali. Like one umbrella here and one ball here. So wherever he go, like traveling, he always receive food to eat. So that is the symbol of this statue. Even one time, yesterday also I told, right? The Buddha also asks whether Sivali is there. Because if he is present, Devas will offer to every bhikkhu because of his punya, right? So in this way, Bhante Sivali have a lot of punya of getting alms, getting rich. So if you also want to be rich, what you should do? Dana. You should not be stingy. You should not have machariya. You should be willing to share whatever you have. You can share your Dhamma knowledge. You can share your food. You can share anything you have. No need money, no need requisites. If you know how to do dana, you can do every day. Everything you can do dana if you know how to share. Anatha Pindika. Why he is called Anatha Pindika? Anatha means homeless people or fatherless, motherless people, orphan. So these homeless, fatherless, motherless people, Pindika, he used to give food to them every day. He was billionaire, very rich. But, in the Buddha's time, he offered so much he become poor. Later he was a beggar. Because he dana everything, he become a beggar. He also don't have anything to eat for himself. He offer everything. Anatha Pindika. Even when he go to monastery, as a beggar, he don't have anything to offer. So what did he used to do? Maybe some water or some soil he used to carry and go to the monastery and maybe offer to the Bodhi, not the Bodhi tree, but to some tree, water the plants, that is also dana. Although he didn't have anything of himself, maybe from outside, he used to take some mud, go inside the monastery and put in the plants. So he used to do dana in that way. So if we do dana, then we will become very rich, like Bhante Sivali. But Anathapindika later again become very rich, no? You should understand that. Later again, he become rich. Was very rich, offer everything, become beggar, then again do some business, become very rich, like that. So after that, okay, so we should move. Otherwise, this sutta will never finish. We should move to the next question of Subha Brahmana. What is his next question? No. Yeah. What is the reason? Some are Ucca Kulina, Nicha Kulina. So why is someone high-born? Why is someone of low-born? Then what did the Buddha say? The Buddha said, if you have pride over your birth, if you have a lot of mana, if you have a lot of pride, then you will be low-born. If you do not show respect to other people, you will be low-born. If you do not stand in front of those people who deserve to be stood, you will be low-born. If you do not give space to the person who is worthy of giving space, you will become low-born. If you do not respect those persons who are worthy of respect, then you will be low-born. So for bhikkhus, who are those people? Anyone who is senior to them. We should always leave space. If they are walking, we should give space. If they are walking, we should not cut in front of them, right? That is not giving respect. If they are sitting on the floor, we should not sit on the bed. We should come down, right? So that is showing respect. For lay people, those people who have good sila than you, you should pay respect. Those people who have good concentration, you should pay respect. Those people who are elder than you in your age, who are elder to you in your age, you should pay respect. You should give space. You should do in this way. If you do, you will be high-born. If you do not do, you will be low-born. We can see the story of Venerable Sunita, in the Buddha's time, Venerable Sunita. So he had very dukkha life because one life he was born as a Brahmin. Brahmin have a lot of mana for their birth. I am high-born, everybody low-born. So if some people, if these Brahmin, if they have this kind of mind, then next life they cannot have high birth. They will have low birth. Because they will not show respect to anybody because of their mana in the birth. So one day he was working in his home. One Pacheka Buddha come to his doorstep for Pindapata. Then what did this say? You bhikkhu, you have good hands, you have good legs. Why you come here for begging? You go and do your own work and earn money and eat. If you cannot work, learn some skill. You learn some work, you learn some skill and you earn money. If you cannot learn any skill, you go and you find rubbish and you eat rubbish. In this way, he said to this Pachika Buddha. Pacheka Buddhas are person worthy of respect. Pacheka Buddhas are the person we should show respect. He did not respect because he thinks he is higher than Pacheka Buddha. Then after death, what happened? He was reborn in hell, low birth. Many lives suffering in hell. After that, whenever he became human, he was always a beggar. He was always an outcast. He was always low birth, very low birth. Nobody allowed him to come inside their house, Even people, he want to go in their nearby someone's house, they kick him away. You don't come inside my house, like that. Very low birth. And nobody give him any food. So because of his vachi, he have to go search rubbish and eat from rubbish. Because he said similar to Pacheka Buddha. And he don't have any skill. He don't know any work. He cannot do any work, any life. Just because of his mana, he say very bad words to Pacheka Buddha. Now he's lowborn for many lives. Then after that, what happened? In the time of Gautama Buddha, he was also born in a low family, very poor family. He was eating rubbish from the dustbin. The one day Buddha meditated, he checked the world, who are ready for liberation. Then he saw, this Sunita is ready for liberation. Then the Buddha himself went to him. He was eating from rubbish, when Buddha go Pindapata. Then he said, hey child, do you want to ordain? Do you want to be a big monk? Do you want to be samanera? Then he also said yes. Then the Buddha, maybe not samanera, sorry, bhikkhu. Because why? Because he is ehi bhikkhu. So the Buddha said ehi bhikkhu. Then he become bhikkhu. He had done kusala in the past, luckily, so that he had fulfilled parami also. So he could receive ehi bhikkhu, and later with proper meditation guidance with the Buddha, he became a arahanta. But because of his bad karma to Pacheka Buddha, he never had high born. Even as an arahanta, only after becoming arahanta, then many Deva and Brahma come to pay respect to him. So it is said that since that life until he became arahanta, nobody pay respect to him. Always he had to pay respect. Because of his karma made him pay respect to others. He did not respect the person who is worthy of respect. He did not respect Pacheka Buddha. So his karma made him such, every life he always have to pay respect to others. Although those people are high or low, he always have to show respect. Such is the workings of karma. Na jacca brahmano hoti, na jacca vasalo hoti, na jacca hoti brahmano. Kammuna vasalo hoti, kammuna hoti brahmano hoti. Vasala Sutta. Yesterday also I quote this sutta, right? So Vasala Sutta, Buddha also say, by birth one is not high. Na by birth one is not low. Okay? Na jacca vasalo hoti, na jacca hoti brahmano. By birth no one is high. By birth no one is low. Kammuna vasalo hoti, kammuna hoti brahmanoti. Because of karma, one is high. Because of karma, one is low. So if you do respectful karma, life after life, you are someone of high standard. If you do not show respect to people who are worthy of respect, the karma will make you such that you will have to show respect to everybody. That is the way, workings of karma. Then also in another sutta, Kokalika Sutta, maybe you have studied this sutta or not. Kokalika Sutta. So in Kokalika Sutta, what did the Buddha say? When humans are born, they are born with a tongue which is similar to an axe. You know what does the axe do? It cut the tree, right? You cut the tree with the axe. So in human life, humans are born with a tongue which is similar to an axe. The fool cut himself by talking bad things to venerable people, because of the tongue. See, Venerable Sunita, he did not have to say anything to Pachika Buddha, right? But why did he say such thing? When he said that, he cut himself. Many life he have to suffer. Such are the workings of karma. Very unexpected, very achintaya. Karma visesa achintaya. That's why the Buddha said we cannot comprehend, we cannot think about karma and karma result. Very deep. So another low-born, okay, who is another low-born, very famous person in our sasana? Sopaka. Yeah, Sopaka also, okay, but I want to say about Bhante Upali. Okay, Bhante Upali, he is one of the a great disciple of the Buddha. He was the foremost in learning Vinaya. In the Sanghayana time, Bhante Ananda recited Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Bhante Upali recited the Vinaya Pitaka. So during the time of the Buddha also, if bhikkhu have Vinaya doubt, they go to Bhante Upali. Bhante, I have this doubt. Please teach me Vinaya. Like that. So, but he was of low born. Why? He was born as in the family of barber, cutting hair, barber of Sakyans. So he used to go and cut maybe Prince Siddhartha's hair. He used to cut Suddhodana's hair, like that. He was the barber, hairdresser, and very poor. So what karma did he do so that he had to suffer in that way? So, first we see in Padumuttara Buddha time, he had fulfilled parami, similar to other disciples. All the great disciples, they fulfill parami since Padumuttara Buddha time. So always I have to say Padumuttara Buddha because that is the time, 100,000 kappa, we need to fulfill parami in order to become a great disciple. So Padumuttara Buddha time, he saw Bhante, who was very well learned in Vinaya. So he have Saddha, he want to protect the sasana by learning the training rules like that. Then he fulfill parami in such a way. He do dana, sila, learn pariyati and practice meditation up to sankhar upekha. But 2 kappa before, okay, 2 kappa before Padumuttara Buddha. So 100,000 and 2 kappa before. Only 2 kappa before Padumuttara Buddha arise in the world. He was born as a rich person. Then one day he have elephant. So he was going to the garden with his elephant. So when he was going in the garden, sitting on his elephant, he saw one Pachika Buddha. Then when he saw Pachika Buddha, what did he do? Again, the same thing. He is high birth, he has so much mana. He did not show any respect to Pachika Buddha. Although Pachika Buddha walking, he was in the elephant, he did not go down. He did not climb down from the elephant. He did not, he just sit there. This ascetic is no one, he is nothing. He have that kind of mind, that kind of mana towards Pachika Buddha. So because owning to that akusala, he was born as a very barber in Kapilavastu. And he had to cut hair for all the princes, all the kings, but never receive any thank you, nothing. He just go cut. Maybe they scold him more. Why you cut in this way? I want this hairstyle. Why you do this hairstyle? Like that. So very dukkha for him. But later, when he ordained together with 6 Sakyan princes, no? Bhante Ananda, Bhante Devadatta, Bhaddiya, Anuruddha, like that. I forgot two, Bhaga and Kimalila. Bhaddiya, Anuruddha, Ananda, Bhaga, Kimali, and Kimila, Bhaga, Kimila, and Devadatta. So these 6 people. And Bhante Upali. So they ordained together. These 6, they want to ordain. Upali don't want to ordain at the time. Then they renounce everything. They cut your hair, all the gold, silver, whatever they had, they give to Upali. Okay, you bring back to the palace. You give back. Then Upali thought, he is low-born, so he thought, if I take all these things back to the palace, they will think I killed the princess. Then they will kill me. So I cannot go back. So relinquishes those. I also want to ordain. He don't have any choice. He cannot go back. So he also have to ordain, thinking that he also want to ordain. Then these 6 brothers, they were princes. So what did they do? We should let Upali ordain first. We should make him our senior, so that our mana will be down. We have to pay respect to him. So then Bhante Upali ordained. Then after Bhante Upali's ordination, 6 princes ordained, and they were junior to him. So they had to pay respect to Bhante Upali. Then after learning, after 5 vasa spending with Buddha, he was staying together with Buddha, 5 vasa. He learned, then he is free now. He said, Bhante, okay, I want to go to the forest, practice meditation alone. Then Buddha said, no, Upali, you cannot do that. If you go into the forest and meditate, it will only be benefit for you and your practice. But if you stay with me, you will learn the Dhamma, you will learn the Vinaya, which will be much more beneficial. So the Buddha did not allow Bhante Upali to go to the forest. Then he stayed together with the Buddha many years. He learned the Vinaya. Then in the end, he became the great disciple who had learned the most Vinaya from the Buddha. Itadagang ahang bhikkhave mama savakanang bhikkhunang Vinaya dhara yadidang sivali. Yadidang upali. In this way. You can read in Anguttara Nikaya. The Buddha have given him the great discipleship. So this is the story of low birth. So if we need good birth, high birth, we should always have habit to pay respect. Always have habit to pay respect to elders. If we pay respect, what happens? 4 things will increase in our life, right? Abhivadana silasa nityang vuddhapachayino Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayu vanno sukham balam. Ayu, you will have long life. Vanna, you will be very beautiful. Sukha, you will have happiness. Bala, you will have strength. You can do whatever you want. So these 4 things will always increase if you have habit of paying respect. Okay, now another. Highborn. This is only low-born. High-born. Okay, now we should learn about high-born, but time finish. Yeah, 20:45 already, so tomorrow. So I think we should end early, because some have to meditate early morning. It will be not so comfortable if we do late night. So we can do tomorrow. About now 3 stories remaining, about highborn, then smart, how to become smart, how to become stupid. So 3 stories, then we finish the sutta. Then we can move to Ahara Pachayo. Maybe you forgot already. This is Patthana Desana. This is Patthana Desana. So after Kamma Pachayo, Vipaka Pachayo, we can go to Ahara Pachayo. Then will be again headache. No more stories. Yeah. So yeah, if you have some question, maybe 5 minutes I will answer. Otherwise, we can share merit.
And then about this Upali, I have a question. Normally for Bodhisattva, in the most earlier time, he may have some very heavy akusala karma. But as it's closing to the Sammasambuddha, usually the life is more elegant, like Deva or good king. But for the great disciples, he practiced 100,000 kappa. But how come the last two kappa is very close to the final result? He needs such a heavy akusala karma.
Yeah, such is the workings of karma. We cannot say how. Karma visesa achintayo. Because aparapariya vedaniya karma, right? So the second javana and the up to the sixth javana, they can give result any life. Until you attain nibbana, any life they can give result, right? So although some kusala, akusala we do for asankhya ago, if they have condition tomorrow, they can give result, right?
So that mana is also a kind of
Akusala, yeah, akusala, because of akusala, not showing respect to Pacheka Buddha. So when I read all these stories, I feel very scared, because okay, when there is no Buddha, there are always Pacheka Buddha. So we should be careful. In some life, if we meet some Pacheka Buddha, very easy to do akusala because no dhamma at that time. We don't know this person is arahanta, right? We just think maybe ascetic and easy to do akusala. So it's very dangerous.
And they may wear different color robes, right? Some white, some different. So we can't identify by clothes.
No. Usually Pacheka Buddha are like now, no? Like us, like bhikkhus. They have bhikkhu appearance. Pacheka Buddha have bhikkhu appearance. They shave, they have yellow robes, go for pindapata, like that.
When we live our lives and when we are practicing, do we, like when we understand our own patterns, do we know, kind of have a feeling what kind of karma we are going to deal with, maybe in this life and in the future? Most of the time, do we know, like instinctively, like let's say Anantariya, we know because there's something heavy. So Upapajja or Upapilaka or Upagata, do we know, or is it going to come as a surprise and then in that second we have to start dealing with it?
For wise people, they might understand, no. But for normally, for wise people means those who understand these kammas, then we can check our life and we can analyze and we can understand because of our wisdom. But for normal people who don't know the workings of karma, it's gonna come like sudden. And for upaghataka, we don't know because anytime they can come. Yeah, we see people meet bike accidents, people meeting airplane accidents. So suddenly some karma came. My brother, my very close brother, big brother, not my own but my cousin. So what happened? He had a flight booked to Pokhara. So his flight was 1 p.m. Buddha Airlines. Okay, this happened maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So what happened? So he was preparing around 10 o'clock, ready to go to the airport because flight is 1 p.m. Then the airlines call him and he said, this 11 o'clock flight, we have empty seats. So if you want, you can come early and you can fly early. Because his flight is at 1 o'clock. But the airlines call him and then he also usually, if like that also, we don't go. I will go, my time is at 1 o'clock, we already decide, right? But suddenly he changed his mind, kamma. And he and his daughter went on that flight, and that flight crashed, and he passed away now already. So when I heard this news, then I really thought, okay, some kamma, when I hear this story, actually is like upaghataka kamma. So this kamma cut his kamma, which give human, which was producing human nama rupa. So maybe he and his daughter did some similar akusala in the past. So this life they are father and daughter, and also they have to go on the plane, which was not intended for them. They did not, naturally they don't have to go. They should not be in that flight, but because of some karma, everything work out. They have to be on that flight, and everybody pass away on that flight. So my mother, my sister, when they asked me, so I explained them, like, it's so we can understand in this way, right? If we have wisdom, understanding of workings of karma, then yeah, it is what it is. But mostly if we have payoga sampatti, so that is why it is important. Payoga sampatti is your action. Similarly, if you want flies, you just make rubbish. Flies will come naturally. If you want to remove fly, you just make clean. The flies will go away. Similarly, if you want your past akusala to give result, you do akusala action now. Similarly, attracting the flies. If you do akusala action now, akusala will give result. Kusala cannot give result. Okay, if you want the flies to go away, you clean, right? So similarly, you do clean action, you do kusala. So akusala cannot give result. Kusala will give result. So it is like attraction. Whatever you are doing currently will attract those karmas which you have done in the past. So kusala, if you do kusala, like dana, sila, bhavana, every day, although you will face some difficulties, but it is like, if you stop doing those kusalas also, your difficulties will be much more. Understand? Because of your good actions, although you are facing difficulties, not so big, because big karmas are stopping. These actions are stopping some big akusala to give result. But if you stop doing kusala, then not only kusala cannot give result, it is like opening the door to all the akusala to give result. So payoga sampatti is very important, So other things, mostly if you practice paticca samuppada, if you want to know detail, okay, you practice paticca samuppada, then you can know. Why? Because of this karma give result in this time. This karma give result in this time. Okay, I will give you one example of one Bhante who meditate in Pyunglin. So this Bhante he practiced paticca samuppada, then he shared, his karma. So this Bhante, his teeth have problem, and his teeth is very ugly. So he checked, why is his teeth ugly? What karma caused his teeth to be ugly? So the karma appear in his mind. Like when he was little, his mother was holding him in her arms. He was very small. Then he got angry with his mother and he spit in his mother's mouth. Shouting at his mother, he like that spit in his mother's mouth. So that is akusala karma. But that karma give result in this very life. He have very ugly teeth. So he could understand, this is titta dhamma vedaniya karma. Because why? It is the first javana which gave result, which make his teeth look ugly. But if those result, but not yet finished, right? Next life also can give result as upapaja. Then aparapariya is always there until that Bhante will attain nibbana. So that karma, what he do, will affect him. So because of, in this way, so if you practice paticca samuppada, you can know in detail. But if you don't have paticca samuppada wisdom, only thinking, you can deduce a little bit, but not exactly in a pinpoint. That is the difference. Yeah. If you first practice jhana, then nama, rupa, paticca samuppada. So when you can practice vipassana, you can understand. Without jhana also possible, suddha vipassana, but not easy. With jhana is easy. Without jhana is very difficult. Okay, no more question.
We have 4 ways to practice Paticcasamuppada. This is which one? From the result, reverse to the reason?
Yeah.
This is number 1 or number 4? Or it's another kind of practice?
How to explain now? You put me in very difficult situations. This I would not say is paticca samuppada.
It's more like Patthana.
It is just like, maybe later I will tell you. Later is easy. Alone better.
Does all first disciple of the Buddha, they can become Arahanta in the past life when the past Buddha told them in the future.
For great disciples, no need. Only someone who want to become Samma Sambuddha need to have that quality. For disciples is you should meet either Arahantas, Pacceka Buddha, and you should be human, okay? And you should do some great kusala. So if these 3 things is there, you can receive prophecy. You don't need to have wisdom to become Arahanta at that very point. For great disciple is not mentioned. Actually, this question is in Paramitipani. Lady Sayadaw answer very nicely. Paramitipani. So Lady Sayadaw answered this question. Yes, Lady Sayadaw answered this question very nicely. So I would encourage everybody to read this book. Paramitipani. It's in English, Burmese. Yeah, he already there. A Manual of Perfection. In English is a very good book. I would recommend everybody to read. I have read this book like on repeat like 3-4 times. Still, I feel like many things new. So it's a very good book, and need to read again and again, because we tend to forget what we read. We forget, right? And for your question, actually, that Bhante, I think he not do paticca samuppada way. He just do with divine eye. Using divine eye, he check karma and karma result.
Is that also called the Patthana practice?
No. That is separate. That is divine eye. This paticca samuppada is with vipassana. With divine eye is more samatha. Those are 2 different ways of knowing cause and effect. No. Okay, so we should share merit. Idang me punyang asavakhaya vahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibbanasa pacayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang vibhajimi te sabbe me samam punya bhagang labhantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dipyastai, I already talked with Bhante here. He have recordings, so please connect with him. So you can also, he will share with you.